plate that you might be seeing, that is not made by any of the die cutting machines. I just developed that because I do a ton of die cutting, and it was helping when I'm using more detailed dies. This size right here is the smaller size for a big shot. I do have one for the crossover that's a little bit bigger, but it helps die cut when you have really detailed dies. So now I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to just attach my trees fairly close. Now I am going to have a little bit where it's going to cut slightly into the previous image. I'm going to set that right up here. So now I'm going to die cut it one more time. So you can just think outside the box and use some of the supplies you have in order to make your slimline cards. Again, there's lots of dies out there for slimlines, and some of them are really cool, but if you don't want to invest in all the different dies and everything else, you can work with some of what you have. So this one, after you punch it out, you will have this border right here, and you can see it connects just slightly, but you don't hardly notice that on our finished card, which I sprayed our trees with a gold spray glitter. So the other piece that I have on there is this layer. This is one of Rubbernecker's dies. Now their dies fit on our 3 1/4 by 8 1/4 layers. So I used that to cut my Grocer Craft layer. I used our Jelly Bean Green layering swatch, which the Jelly Bean Green is part of our new set of layering swatches. So these are our Harvest color layering swatches, which these are new on our website right now, along with a couple other sets. We have our Vintage Christmas set, which is your classic red linen, your emerald green linen, and your cream linen. And then we also have our holiday set, which is a red, white, and gumdrop green. Anyways, so I used their die to cut my top layer. I used our layer of layering swatch as the Jelly Bean Green. And then the layer in between, I added some of our brushed gold mirror card. That one I cut as an in-between layer. So the in-between layer size would be your 3 1/8 by 8 1/8. So I just want to show you with their dies. Again, here's another one of their dies. It's actually 2 of them. So it is their postage stamp die and then a diagonal stripe die that we used a lot, so we attached together with just some removable tape. But it fits nicely on our 3 1/4 by 8 1/4 layering swatch. And you'll have 2 pieces when you are done with this. I'm just going to show you that, how you can use both pieces from die cutting this. I think I'm still a little bit tight on my die cutting machine because I'm getting a little thudding there. And I also think it's because I'm using a smaller plate. My big plate is up in the front of our shop with one of my other machines. So I just have one of the smaller ones. So anyways, we have the cutout piece which you can use, or the board, the outside, and then we also have our inside piece. So when that one was cut out, after it's all punched out, you get those 2 pieces. And you can layer that. So again, you have our Slimline card, you have our 3 1/4 by 8 1/4 layer, which is what we used, and then you can layer this on top of there, which gives a nice double layered look. Or you can put your cutout piece on there as a border, and then you could stamp inside here. So by using the layering swatches that are 3 1/4 by 8 1/4 and then die cutting, you get both pieces that can layer on your Slimline card. So let's go through and show, oh, I've got one more border technique to show you. So we do have some border dies that just cut the border, and if you take and you line them up at the very top edge of just a piece of scrap paper. Now we do have some 2x12s on our website that these would be perfect for making borders on your Slimline cards. And they connect together really easily, and I'm going to show you how to connect it. Okay, so we're just going to pull that off. I'm just going to rip the scrap off of there, and then I'm going to poke out that bottom hole. Now, there is the bottom hole right here, which you're going to just place in that hole and kind of hold it in place. I'm using removable tape to hold my dies in place. And then I'm going to run that through. And pull that off. So now we have our border, and you can't even tell where I connected that die to make a slimline border, again, out of a die that is 5 3/4 long, meant for an A2 size card. You can connect it to make a border for your Slimline cards. So now I'm just going to go through and show you some of our cards and different pieces that I've used. So again, we have our tree border. We have our snowflake one that I already showed you. Now this is using our silver Miri sparkle and silver mirror card and our diamond print glitter paper. Then we have, this is one of our new colors of our overlays. It's our forest green. And I've used poinsettias in multiple colors. And then our background is our brushed gold mirror card. But that one's really pretty, really easy. Again, using our straight square overlay. And I stamped the background here just with a tree stamp. And then just put some simple die cuts on it. Using that same color overlay to make an autumn card. Again, this one I backed with our brushed gold mirror card, used some of our metallic papers to die cut some leaves. Our butterfly card, which I used our scallop overlay. Here's using our red triple square overlay. Now this one is very similar to one of our Christmas card kits. So this one with the sour apple overlay is our gnome Christmas card kit. That's available on our website under Christmas card kits. But this one I just took the opposite, and the red I used some silver alcohol ink and I just kind of splattered it on there. So this is just the opposite combination to make that cute Christmas card. This one, a shaker card. This one is one of Rubbernecker's triple window dies and some monsters from Impression Obsession, and I used it to make our shaker card. Now, the next segment of the Stampin' Scrapbook Expo at Home on September 1st, their mini edition, is Slimline Cards, and I'm going to be showing you how to make a shaker card using our triple window overlays and our Slimline card layers. So catch me on September 1st for that. It might not be this Halloween one, it might be a winter one, I'm not sure, I haven't designed it yet, but I will be showing you how to make a shaker card using our overlays. A couple more cards. You have this one that is again using the Rubbernecker dies and our metallic papers. And then one more. We have this one, a red Slimline card. Now when you're doing vertical, you can always separate it using some type of divider. So this is using our word layering die set for the little scallop border there. This is one of our Christmas card kits also, Scribble Tree. But when you're doing vertical, if you have a stamp or a piece of pattern paper that doesn't cover your whole card, that's a way to cover it up, is just create a divider there and create two sections of the card. So you don't always have to go all the way across a card. You can create dividers there. So that's what I have for you today with sharing our Slimline products and some just different techniques for doing Slimline cards. Be sure to join me on September 1st, where I will be showing you how to make a shaker card with the Slimline cards, and I will also be showing you how to make a waterfall card on a Slimline card. We will see you then. Thanks.